morning and welcome back to the Interchange Cordon. Today we got episode 3. There's H. You might be wondering, where's Grinners? Well, he's been a bit of a shit bloke. Harry's forgot to shut the door. Grinners, he's been a bit of a shit bloke. I've texted him. I could not tell you how many times I've texted him, but he's not answering. So we've decided to push on and go without him, unfortunately. Big show on today. We got Pip Matthews entering the podcast and a big week of footy to get into. So, H,
exactly right.
Without further ado, I reckon we get straight into the round review, shall we?
Yeah, I'll kick it off with the round review here. We'll start off with the Sydney GWS game. Now, it was a big week of upsets. Sydney GWS started it off. I don't know what to think about this. Like, the Sydney were good. Like, they played well, but GWS are atrocious. Their midfield, it looks good on paper, but they're lacking to get goals out of their midfield. They should be kicking goals. Their forward line's not firing. I doubt them. I think most people and myself tipped them top 4 this year, but it's not looking the case, and they're going to be struggling to even make the 8. Next game, we're going to be talking about Geelong and Port. Some would say an upset. I wouldn't say so. I'd say Geelong were a much better team. What a great night for Tom Hawkins and also Gary Rowan. Both played
absolute
games.
field day, old Big Tommy. How many kicks? He kicked 6.
6. And Geelong are looking like the real deal. They're looking.
They really are.
Probably top 3 in premiership contender, I'd say.
In 5 days, they've rolled both St Kilda and Port Adelaide, both very convincingly.
Big margin.
Yeah.
Next up on Saturday, we had North Melbourne versus Brisbane.
Yeah.
Big game. And Brisbane do what good teams do, and they win close games.
Yeah.
North choked it in the end. Zerha had a few chances that he missed. He did play well, but
yeah, he got back into it, but also
yeah,
to kick the goal to win it.
Brisbane really showing that a good side. Obviously, all teams are not going to have their day every week, but just to be able to get the 4 points on the board when you're not playing well.
Yeah, mature win.
Next game, we had Melbourne-Collingwood. Massive game. If only we had our D supporters on this week. What a game for the Ds. And they are genuine threats for the top 8 now. Who would have thought that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've been on fire recently.
Yeah, they have been. They didn't have one standout this week. They weren't getting carried by Petrarca or anything. It was just an all-round good game.
Yeah, and they did it without their captain, Max Gawn, so that's an even better effort from the D.
Very good. Collingwood, they're looking more injuries. Brody Myercheck, he'll be out for a week or 2. And Ben Reid, who knows what's going on with him. Another injury for Ben Reid. It doesn't get any better for him.
Yeah, Myercheck just got absolutely killed.
And the last game I'll review here is Fremantle-Carlton. And gee whiz, this was an absolute terrible game until the last 5 minutes, and we won't get too much into it because that might be coming up in the highlights section. But it was a terrible game. That wet. They couldn't hold the ball either team, and that's the game. They got lucky.
Footy. I think that wraps up H's 5 games. We'll get into Sunday footy, kicking it off with Western Bulldogs and Adelaide. And in the first quarter, we actually started to think that Adelaide might actually get their first win of the season. But little did we know the Doggies were going to go on and kick another 100 points. So Adelaide just get abused once again. Aaron Gordon kicks a career high 6 goals, I think, and the Bond, by example, he was absolutely on fire that game. Not much to say about Adelaide. They're pretty cooked in the grand scheme of things. Next game, we've got our 2 teams between us, the Saints and the Bombers. My Saints getting over Harry's Bombers quite convincingly in the end, 68-33. Essendon, they're having a tough year, really. Coming off a 4-day break did not help them at all. But lots of injuries. They only really got going in the midfield, but other than that, the Saints just absolutely steamrolled them in the second and third quarters, leaving them with no room to come back. So it was a good fought-out win by the Saints. We'll move on to West Coast versus Hawthorn. Didn't watch much of this game, can say, but by the looks of things, West Coast just got the job done quite convincingly in the end, because I think it was about 20 points in it the whole game, and then from the looks of things. I think West Coast just kicked away in the end. And unfortunately, James Sicily goes down with a season-ending ACL injury. So that puts Hawthorn's defence in a bit of strife, but hopefully they can get over it. And last but not least, to wrap up the Festival of Footy was Richmond versus Gold Coast. Now, it was a funny game because going into the third quarter, it was very small margin between the game, but in the fourth quarter, Richmond just absolutely kicked away, kicking 3 goals to Gold Coast 1. It was a very low scoring game to start with, but Richmond just get the job done in the end.
Another good team just getting the job done.
Yeah, got to give it to Gold Coast though. They gave a good 3 quarters of effort. With maturity will come the ability to play out the games like them. So I think that wraps up the round review. Let's get into our highlights for the week. We'll only have 2 because we're missing Grinley the dog. But H, we'll get you stuck.
I'll start off. And gee whiz, how class is Matthew Rowell? He's my favourite player in the AFL. I don't care about Essendon. Nothing compares to Matthew Rowell, the beautiful redhead. And it wasn't last week, but it was the last game of the round before. And it was just Rowell giving a few pointers to Noah Anderson. Notebook with the shirt tucked in. Does it get any better?
He's a classy bloke. And my highlight for the week, it's hard to miss, but it's Jack Nunes after the siren. It was just an absolutely unbelievable kick. That is most definitely the hardest kick on the field for a right footer. 50 out, wrong side, and he had all sorts of obstacles. He had the bloody cameraman trying to take photos in his mark. He had all sorts. Carlton hadn't led their whole game, I don't think. And Nunes, it was a very questionable free kick, we've got to say. And lots of debate whether he should have even taken the kick. But in the end, he had the kick, had the ball in hand. I personally didn't think he was going to kick it. I don't think anyone on the field did either. But he just absolutely slots it from 50 out on the boundary. And you should have seen the way the Carlton boys got around him. It was like nothing else. So prop to Jack Nunes.
One of the great goals. Next up, we'll head into the Poor Form Tribunal. And I'll lead us off with this one. I'm going to be talking about the COVID-19 breaches. Come on, players. Elijah Taylor, bringing your girlfriend in. Come on, mate. You're getting paid. It's your first year. Surely you want to get around your club, get a good reputation. Gee whiz, out for the season. And as well as the Port Adelaide blokes came out today, Dan Houston and Laddams going off. I can't exactly name the event, but you're getting paid $100K a year at least. Get a grip, boys.
Yeah,
come on.
Not on. We're going to do two poor form tribunals. My poor form tribunal is I could not go past the forward backline battle of Tom Lynch and Sam Collins on Monday night's game. Now I know Sam Collins was giving it to Lynch all game. They're doing a good job as a defender, getting in his head, trying to rattle him. But the way Lynch handles the situation is just not good enough. Giving him a blow to the stomach while he's leading to a kick is just not the way to do it. He looks like an absolute dog when he does it. And he's just copped absolute abuse from the media this week after that, being called by Mitch Robinson, only goes to Richmond to get a premiership. So regarding him a bit of a snake, Robbo is. But Robbo, he went from Carlton to Brisbane, so he can't really talk. But it's not so.
Holding the good old wanker.
And for Tom Lynch to get only a fine really says something about the integrity of the match review officer, because that is not deserving of a fine. That should be at least a week. And get a grip, Tom Lynch, because you need to pull your head in, mate. Now,
the big moment. We're going to enter Pete Matthews.
I'm going to chuck the sunnies on because it is about to get a whole lot more classy. Pete Matthews, well-known.
Some of you will know Pip, some of you won't. If you don't know him, he's a soccer player.
Yeah.
But he's a cricketer, and he loves a good with the boys. Let's welcome him in, boys.
Yeah, if you don't know him, you probably know him from his performance on Local Footy Stereotypes. And
And here he is.
coach with
And
the
here he is.
is that on your head? Oh,
Welcome to the
happy-
Interchange Cordon. Pip. Welcome to the Interchange Cordon.
Oh, pleasure to be here, boys.
yeah, don't remember saying grizzly bears on your head as part of the dress code. But whatever goes.
You know, just came back from hunting and thought I'd chuck it on your head, you know?
Now, the first thing to start with you, Pip, is we're going to start talking. You were a big part of the Hanging Rock Cricket Club this season. Now, we're going to go through a few of your cricket stats just to start us off, as we do every week.
Yeah.
Now, what an iconic number. 69 runs for the season.
What can I say, you know?
How he does it.
Completely intended.
Standard batting average of 17, 5 wickets, 38 bowling average, just does his thing.
Now, speaking of bowling average, you may have ended the season with a shy 38, but that cannot go past the watchful eyes of these people at the Interchange Cordon. You, at the end of a game, that you went, not to mention, you went for none for 58 runs off 6 overs.
Hey, I've got good reason in here. I've got good reason.
Also known as the Clark Oval Massacre. At the end of this game, he had an average of 158.
With the bowl.
With the ball in hand.
Yeah. Talk me through your efforts this season with the bowl. It didn't go too well until the last game. Talk me through it.
Yeah, look, I mean, I didn't show up to any trainings during the season, so that probably didn't help. And not to mention, I was opening bowler against all batsmen who actually did train and were upper age. So, yeah, don't expect the world from me, but
shows you something about the bowling depth of the heels right here.
All right, boys. I mean, at least I wasn't as bad as Rome's out there. I mean,
yeah, we'll get to that's another episode.
But you did pull it back with the last game. 4 for 14 against Gizzy. Mate, what a performance.
Oh, you know, coming back against the previous club, former club, you know, they know me as a bit of a club icon, but, you know, I had to show dominance and take down their batting attack. But
and nearly took down their whole team. Nearly got that win that day.
Yeah,
I know, but
it's a great performance on you.
Yeah, I tend to find all my form in the last few games of the season, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a shame when finals are already gone.
Yeah, well out of the picture. But
Anyway, we're going to move it to the school scene now. We've got a couple things to talk to you about school. Obviously, go to school together. Your maths teacher, Mr. Batouche. Now he's an American boy, and you've had some great incidents with him. Talk us through the can't have shit in Detroit, and also 1738 apparently. You had a bit of a 1738.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the song Trap Queen, as you know, by Fetty Wap, you know, kind of took off in that class, and just thought, why not answer every question he asks with 1738? You know, I mean, how can you go wrong? You know, be in class, you know, just gotta put it out there, you know, just gotta publicise the bit of Trap Queen, you know. Yeah, look, the boys got around that one, you know, that was just a classic one, and Touche is just oblivious, so he doesn't tend to pick up on any of that. Like, he'll be asking a question, you know, about like, you know, bloody trigonometry, and you know, it'll be about angles and stuff, and you know, he'll ask the question and just 1738, you know. I thought, you know, you couldn't really go wrong there, but yeah, and then the kind of shit in Detroit one was a bold move, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd pull it off, but I thought, I'm in the moment, and yeah, that was the day when he mentioned that he lived in Detroit. And, you know, instantly my mind just went, I've got to say it. As you all know the meme, you know, they can't have shit in Detroit. You know, I just said straight to his face, you know, oh, man, can't have shit in Detroit. Yeah. And he's like, what's your language, Mr. Matthews? You know.
And Mr. Batouche, if you're watching, here's it going.
If you're watching from Detroit, yeah.
Another school incident. Now, you were part of this one. The old Harambe Trail.
Oh, that's some of our finest work.
Received a hefty sanction for. Talk me through the incident.
This one's a bit hard to let everyone know, but it was about a week before. It was around the second last week of term 2 last year, and the boys thought we're feeling a bit sendy, you know. So we thought,
just so you know, boys, this Harambe Trail is slightly out of bounds of our school, but we take it to go to the Oval at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Bit of a ritual going around.
Yeah, so basically it was recess and the boys were feeling a bit sendy, a bit risky, you know. And we decided, damn brosy drop. So we about 8 of us or so went out there, and the timing couldn't have been worse. We went down Dan Rosie's drop, and about within 10 seconds, the principal pulls up with the car from the entrance and basically just goes on an all-out assault on about 4 of us while the rest of the boys ditched. And Harry, I believe, didn't you run away? And you managed to get away with that one, bud.
You managed to get away from the
Hatcher and myself were both there. You two boys, I don't know how H escaped, but I was literally about to go down when I see Mr. Russell Deers hotted up Honda Civic coming down the driveway. And I'm like, oh shit, boys, it's better clear out. And some Interchange Cordon icons were there too, Warney and Jesse Dees. Failed to execute the escape plan. And tell us about the sanction you received for you.
Yeah, look, we thought we were going to get away by hiding. Like, we tried to hide behind a bush, and that did not work. It just made things even worse, really. So, as we came up, you knew things weren't good when he stopped the car and you know, he's waiting at the top of the hill. So, you know, he came along and we had to come up and basically he handed out, I think it was about he handed out a Saturday detention to all of us. Which, look, it was a bit harsh because, you know, we're talking 5-meter margins here in terms of inbounds and out of bounds, which honestly I thought was pretty bullshit. But anyway, can't fight City Hall, but and then, but of course, to rub it in even more, just to fill you in, it was about a week before the Icy's winter tournament, which, you know, obviously I'm a bit of a star. And obviously, you know, there's a few sports which I'm interested in doing there, and I was in the team, and what do you know, he takes me off the team. Whereas you got Dees and Warney, that only on Saturdays. Well, I'm out here on a Saturday and taking off the team. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Warney and Jesse, they're not making any sports teams anytime soon.
I mean, they're not.
If I had confronted him, I would have just given him straight up the shit bloke card.
Oh, yeah. Mate, I had it on me, but I thought I would have, but geez, he's pretty angry, so I didn't want to pull it out.
So, Mr. D, here you go. You get awarded the Spud card for the week.
Oh, he's got the Spud and the card. Give it to him. That's
the Spud card for the week.
Commended.
The last topic we're going to talk about with you today, Pip, is, let's just say, your raving talents. Now, in 2020, you're known as he always has a speaker at the parties, and he's the king of the dance floor. And he's definitely improved his game since his form back in Year 6. Now, we'll put clips up on the show at the moment of some of Pip's raving practice. Talk me through it. Your love for the old rave.
Oh, I mean, can't. Nah, look, back in the days, you know, I was a bit of a rave monster, you know. I thought, you know, why not crack a few dances? You know, I had the So I think the inspiration came from the Melbourne Rave Instagram page and a bit of YouTube here and there, but and then me brother had a mate that sort of was into that sort of stuff as well, and he was like, oh, get your brother to do some raves and send them to me, and he's like, so we're sort of exchanging raves, if you know what I mean. Obviously, looking back, it's not some of my finest work, if I'm being honest. Like, looking back at the technique and the passion, and it's just there wasn't much there, and I thought it could be improved. But I mean, geez, back in the days, the boys like they thought I was pretty top shit for that. Like, I remember going to a mate's house and they were asking me to do a rave for them.
Yeah, he's been
So it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
hold on, just hold the phone there, Hayes. Just back then, it was actually trendy. I understand right now. It's it's like, oh, what's he doing? Like, Jesus, raving. Like I recognise, but back then it was trendy, and a couple of boys did get on my. I mean, yeah.
Oh, anyway, we've loved having you on the show tonight, Pip. You put in a great performance. Thanks for telling us about a few of your stories.
Yeah.
And we'll let you go.
Yeah, have a good one. Make sure to share it around.
Yeah, no worries. Catch you later, boys.
Yeah, no, what a character Pip is. He just gets the job done. He always performs when the moment comes, and it's great inclusion to the panel. All right, well, thanks for tuning in with us this Thursday evening on the channel. Make sure to actually watch my recent video, that's AFL Supporter Stereotypes. I'll link that in the description if you haven't seen it already. And if you've made it this far in the video, and I'm looking at you, PM Sports, I know you're here. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this far. If you have, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. We'll be continuing this every week. Can you comment stuff, you goonies, in the comment section below, because he's really pulled up not clutch today. But until next time, we'll catch you next time.